My name is Matt Brandman. I'm the head of security at Duolingo. I've been working there about 2 years. Our scope includes everything from cloud security to corporate security, even IT security as well. As an engineering leader, I really care about the developer experience and the security experience and how they interplay. Too often, I've seen security teams spend entire times in their silo, not working or talking to developers. And what this creates is sometimes an us versus them mentality, or oh, security only exists to block me, and that loses trust. And when you're in an environment that has low trust, you end up doing so much more work because developers view everything as an exception, or they view it as having to go behind your back. So you spend all this time trying to ferret out where the issues are, where things are being hidden. I much prefer to operate in an environment where it's very high trust, and Fastly encourages that. When I joined Duolingo, one of the first things I noticed was that we were having a lot of DDoS attacks, to the point where I think it was my first 2 weeks, we're basically spent in a constant firefight. I made a call to Fastly and I said, hey, we're looking to add a next-generation WAF into our stack. And they were incredibly responsive. The team that worked with us was out of this world. We were able to get something done. It was basically a week, if not less, from that phone call to having the WAF live in production and blocking enough traffic that it was starting to make a real dent in the DDoS attacks. Fastly has given us a much higher sense of resiliency within the org. Whereas before, if there was some type of DDoS attack, we would break immediately. Things would immediately start falling over. We'd have to be firefighting 5 different issues that came up when requests spam a bunch of different services. We now have the ability to make a bit more risky decision. We can put a service up that might be a little bit more fragile because we know we can rate limit it back down if we absolutely have to. That freedom lets developers worry less about the day-to-day concerns of the network perimeter. They can just worry about developing their service, and as long as they follow the golden path of putting a service behind the edge, they get to move faster. Duolingo runs hundreds of experiments every quarter. It's one of the key features that we believe in. And we had a few developers who were telling us, oh, you rate limited us. And then we go in and look at the experiment, and the experiment had gone haywire and was sending us tens of thousands of requests from every developer opted in. And so we actually prevented our own mistake from bringing the site down. That was really the other key problem it solved, was just that developer visibility and ability to react really fast. Because a lot of times when these DDoSes happen, they take the whole site down. And you're on this firefight with 10 other engineers from a bunch of different services, and you're trying to figure out, what do we need to change to make this work? Having Fastly there really gave us that visibility to point to developers and say, hey, your service just got 5 million requests at once. That's why it went down. The biggest cost, I think, for a lot of technology companies is engineering time. The cost of your tools can almost be negligible when you've got 30 engineers trying to troubleshoot an issue for 3 hours. The aggregate sum of engineering hours there and the salary that's spent in that troubleshooting is really high. With Fastly, that's gone down to, I think, maybe 2 to 3 engineering hours max. Normally with 1 or 2 people online, they just get to jump on, make the change, and push it into production. The cost savings there is real and tangible, and we just don't deal with that anymore.